Hey everyone, welcome back to Farm and Mini. I'm Jason, and today I'm excited to share with you the unboxing and setup of our new Woodland Mills 130 Max sawmill. So let's go over a few reasons why we chose this sawmill. We'll start off with price. This sawmill is not necessarily entry level, but it's right there at it. And for our price range, this one fit perfectly. The next thing is going to be the size logs you can cut, or mill, I should say, on a sawmill. This is one of the largest ones. This has a 30-inch opening. All right, so the next thing, the last thing is reviews. This company and this sawmill seems to get pretty good reviews on customer service, availability, and just overall ease of use. So those three things are the main contributors on why we chose this sawmill. So in today's video, we are going to get this sawmill unboxed. And keep in mind, this is the first time that I've put together, unboxed a sawmill of any kind. So we'll be doing this together. I also want to share with you that there are 3 extra boxes on this shipment, and that is a toe board. I went ahead and ordered that because it helps to level up the logs when you're milling them. I don't know if I'll use it all the time, but I wanted to have it with the order. I did order a box of 10 extra blades for this, just because being new at the sawmill, I'm sure I'm going to go through them faster than I should, so I want to have some extra blades here. And also, I ordered the extra track. This extends the sawmill so you can mill longer logs on this sawmill. So those are the 3 extra boxes that we have here that will save me in shipping if I decided to get them later. So we went ahead and got them with the initial order. So we're going to get this unboxed. We are also going to assemble this sawmill, and again, we're going to do this together, and I'm hopefully going to be able to show you some of the tricks and some of the do's and don'ts that I'll learn on assembling this sawmill. But I'm excited. I cannot wait to mill my first log on this sawmill. And stick around till the end, and once we get this sawmill assembled, I'll share some of the details and some of the options we ordered on this sawmill. So one of the things you're going to go over when ordering your sawmill is how much this package weighs. Now, this Woodland Mill sawmill weighs right in at 1,000 pounds. So why is that important? Well, depending on where you're going to put this thing on your property, hopefully the delivery truck can get it close to where you need to get it to. But in our case, we had to actually drive up our driveway, get it off the truck, and then be able to move it around. Now, we have a skid steer on our property. It's a S185, and it has more than enough lifting capacity to move this sawmill around. If you don't have something to move this sawmill around, you just want to make sure that you can get it dropped where you need it. Everything out of here. It's a handful of boxes. I set up a table over here and we laid out all the boxes. We got the instructions for the mill in this little tube right here, and this is explaining that we need to remove this back panel, leave this cardboard in here, remove these, this nut and bolt. It's a 13 millimeter. Pop that out, each one on each side, And then what we'll do now is remove this back piece, and I'll set something down here as a runner, and then we will lay down the main head unit for the sawmill, and I'm going to go back to the directions and keep on reading. Ready?
Okay.
All right. Well, let me get you caught up with where we stand on getting this sawmill put together. Still have a table full of parts. We still have the head unit, which is the motor and the saw blade itself. And don't worry, laying on its side, it's okay because it is shipped without oil. And with that being said, just always look for it's shipped without oil before you run it. Make sure you add oil and check all your fluids in that engine. But here's our rail system. It has actually taken us a little bit longer than what I probably thought it should take. But you want to take your time, you want to read the directions and make sure you get this thing put together right, and make sure that it is nice and straight and level once you get to adjusting the feet. But it's turning out pretty good. I've got to decide whether or not if we are going to add some type of a lift, a base. A lot of people use like 8x8, 6x6, something to get it up the ground. Haven't quite decided yet if we're going to do that, if we're just going to run this machine on the ground and see how that works and then go from there. But I wanted you guys to see that, and we will continue working on this. We were about to run out of daylight, so I am picking up most of my tools and getting everything put away and put under some type of cover just in case we get any more chance of rain coming. But I will keep you updated, and we will get this thing built.
Want to try it?
Okay, welcome back to day 2 on building this sawmill. As you can see, we have a little bit more help. A good friend of mine stopped by and was willing to give us a helping hand. So here we are working on what I call the head unit. This is the motor, the blade, and all the main components. This has all the framing that's going to ride along the rail system. So this is the part where we've had to read and reread the instructions for this sawmill. But we were able to get through it, and this was probably the longest part of it, but also the most satisfying part of building the sawmill. Because you'll see here shortly, we were able to lift this up and get it set on to the frame. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. I am going to put this through fast forward for you because it's kind of tedious, and I just wanted you to kind of see the process on the back and forth with the table, the parts, and the instructions. So enjoy. I'm guessing it sits just right on here?
On them wheels.
On this. Okay. right, everyone, the time is here. I was beginning to think that I would not see this sawmill assembled. We purchased this sawmill in the middle of December. And because of all the rain we've had, it has taken us some time to get this thing put together. But here it is. We finally got this thing assembled. So walk you through this real quick. We got the frame, the rail section put together first. Then we leveled it up. We ended up using some landscape blocks to help get it off the ground and help keep it from sinking into the ground as we continue to use it. But moving forward, pretty self-explanatory. I'm happy with Woodland Mills and the way that they drew this thing up. The directions are pretty good. And I would say the only thing you had to do is just go back a couple times and maybe reread them and make sure that we were either putting it on the right way. But anyways, pretty good directions. But we got to the head unit, and once again, you just follow the directions, and we got this set on with the skid steer. You go through, once you get it set, you tighten everything down, which seemed a little bit weird at first, but it made sense at the end. But we've got everything set. We did get this thing leveled, and so we measured from there and that side over there on the blade, and we have the same measurement. We have added some fuel, some oil, and we even have our lubricant in the tube here to lube the blade. But here it is. We will get this thing fired up in just a minute and hopefully mill our first log on our Woodland Mills sawmill. Take a little bit more. Let's give that a shot. All right, everyone. Well, that was the first pass on our new sawmill. And if you notice just before that, the first time I pulled the handle to accelerate it, the blade popped. Everything's all right, and we're able to mill the rest of this log. But I'm going to finish milling this log, and just from here on out, just continue to gain experience on our sawmill. I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you'll follow along to see what we can come up with and what projects we can do on this sawmill. Please consider subscribing to our channel, hitting the like button, and we'll see you on the next one.